When you sort of declare things saying that, like, trans identity, is a fiction, do you not think that you are kind of polarizing the discourse in the same way as your opponents? Because if you're literally saying that the concept of the sort of intellectual framework that their argument rests is literally fiction, literally unreal, is that not as much of an affront to free speech as people who say that, your language is just unilaterally transphobic?
Look, am I polarizing the discourse? I'm definitely saying something that is very unpopular, as I'm sure you can all tell, amongst certain groups. In other groups, people find it more easy to accept. It's not... I just think that if we don't talk about reality, then we go wrong, basically. We can live in these worlds where we pretend without being specific about gender, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're pretending about, you can go about your life pretending for a while, but ultimately reality will hit you in the face at some point because it's reality and we don't build it with words or socially construct it through acts of will. It's out there, it's real, and I can think of myself as a man all I like, but ultimately I'm not going to be able to arm wrestle you very successfully, and that's not, maybe I don't know. I have been working out recently, but there are limits to my bodily abilities, there are limits to women's body abilities, and there are situations in which it's very difficult to overcome your body, no matter what you want, no matter how you feel. And that is what I want to be able to say. I'm afraid that I think it's important in some contexts that we say it, which is not to say you can't be immersed in fictions at other times. I'm very clear that's okay too. It's just that when you get lost in the fiction, you can't talk about reality anymore, we've got a problem.
As in, I think just the final thing before we open up the floor is as I would agree that obviously there are limits to bodies, but whether it is those limits that determine the identity of gender is the question, and that's sort of the question I really want.
I still don't really know what you mean by gender, because I give 4 definitions in the book, so which one is it?
As in gender being, what not as in, if as in not
Got him!
I think the reason I'm struggling is because you can define gender in different ways, but as in it's something which is a social concept rather than perhaps a purely biological one. As in, I am not, there's a difference between Matthew, the makeup of my cells, and who I am as a person. There's a difference between the body and the person. And I think
that's
the same
dualism.
way.
That's Cartesian dualism.
No. But as in. Well, I think perhaps on that note we'll open up for questions on the floor.
Okay.